What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Lazy Lightsaber back at it again for another video here. Before we get started on this video, let's go ahead and remember to like, subscribe, share the video as well. It really does help put your boy on the algorithm so other people can discover the video as well, as we are climbing with new subscribers. To all the new subs on the channel, welcome. We appreciate all the views, likes, and shares as well. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. That's at Lazy Lightsaber on Twitter. Get some discussions going on there. You can tweet at me. You can comment below. Get some conversation going about this video. So this video specifically is going to be about so there is a YouTuber, I'm not going to name names because it's not about him, it's about what he said. Basically made a video about the Nintendo Direct and Nintendo fans being upset that there's no Direct coming out, like the Direct that shows the games that are going to be coming out for the system. He did mention that there was a Pokemon Direct and the other two other Directs they had with was it a Smash Direct and an Animal Crossing Direct. So he commented on that and then stated that Nintendo fans are entitled, basically, and he got a lot of backlash for it. There were a lot of dislikes, and again, this is not about him or disliking his video. This is about the topic that was brought up and then how it relates to me and what I feel about it, right? And kind of a Nintendo fans thoughts about that and how we as a community feel about it and how specifically my subscribers feel about it. So I definitely want you to comment below and tell me where you stand on the entitlement of Nintendo fanboys, right? If you want to use that word. So he basically went on to say that we're entitled as hell, that we ain't shit, that he can't stand Nintendo fans because they feel a certain type of entitlement, and if they don't get their reveal of a Direct, they bitch. That's what basically he said. I don't feel that that's the case. I have made many videos where I expressed my displeasure with a main Direct, the one that we've all been waiting for, not these game Directs for Animal Crossing, Pokemon, and Super Smash Brothers. So I do have Super Smash Brothers. I do like the game. I'm a casual player. I'm not a professional or anything like that, or all into it. I like it. My kid likes it. It's something that we play together sometimes. And the Pokemon and the Animal Crossing, I didn't like those. They're not my cup of tea games. I understand people do enjoy them. I just don't. So for those reasons, I don't care about the Direct, and I don't care that those Directs happened. So let's clear that up. I don't care that they happened for the people that like those games. Like if there was a Zelda Direct, I'd be super thrilled and I'll be happy that happened. So I'm not upset that they happened. I'm just upset that they took so long, and not upset, but just kind of bothered that they took so long to announce these games. So is that a sense of entitlement? Fuck no. I think that that's bullshit. No, I don't feel like I'm entitled to it. But here is the thing. When you set a standard, this company has been doing Directs for a long time now. So when you set a standard of an expectation that there will be a Direct, and then when it doesn't come, then it becomes a problem, right? Because you set the standard that this is going to be this way. And then when it doesn't happen, doesn't mean that you're entitled. You're just like, oh, wait a minute. Well, we were supposed to receive news of these new games that are coming out. So I don't feel like that's being entitled. And he also mentioned something about, that people complained that there were too many games at the last Direct back in September. A bunch of games were announced. Oh my gosh, there's too many games. I do not feel like that at all. And if you do, you're stupid as fuck. And I don't like that he said that. I feel like that was stupid. Nobody's complaining of the amount of games that we're receiving. In fact, more third-party support. Please bring more great games to this console that I own. I don't think anybody's going to bitch about that. So a lot of his shit was off, I feel. But back to the main subject about the Direct. No, we don't feel entitled. But you set the standard already that this is something that you're going to be doing for the foreseeable future of Nintendo, which is every 6 months, every 4 months, whatever the time frame is. You set out a date where you talk about the future games that are coming, and you get people hyped about it. People know, hey, all this game's coming out. We're excited. We're looking forward to what's coming out. So when you deviate from that, okay, then people do start to look at you like, okay, when this is coming, we're excited. We want to get motivated. And then the pressure is on as well. And the reason why the pressure is on for this year specifically is because at the end of the year, the two beasts are going to come out. A Microsoft beast and a Sony beast. So you're going to have the PlayStation 5 and the new Xbox X series that are going to come out, and they're going to be the next buzz. So I think Nintendo fans feel that if there's no splash, that the excitement for the Switch is going to die out. And nobody wants to own a console that just basically gets buried. Nobody hears about it anymore. And then there's no games coming out because the hype is gone. I think that's where people kind of feel like, hey, when is this coming? Because they've been burned by Nintendo before. All right. So when the Wii U came out, it didn't do good. It has very little games on it, and it was kind of dead on arrival. A lot of people bought it when it first came out, but then after that, there was no third-party support, and shit went south quick. So reasonably so, people feel weird about it. They don't want that to happen again. They understand that they don't want to end up paying $300 for a console, and then end up not, it not being supported anymore because it's not hot anymore. So third parties are ignoring it, and now they're exclusively building for the new consoles, which I don't think will be the case. I think Nintendo has cemented themselves as a heavy hitter with the Switch, and it already has a lot of games, and it's sold very well, and it's going to keep selling. I don't think that's going to stop. But I think some people have that in their minds, have that anxiety that because it happened before, they don't want it to happen again. So they want news to say, okay, so the new PlayStation is coming out, the new Xbox is coming out, and then this is what Nintendo's going to offer to counter that, to off balance that, to make their case. And there's a lot of people that own Nintendo Switches, and they're passionate about it, just like any other base is, right? With anything that they feel passionate about. So just because you have, passion for something, just because maybe you've been burned before and there's an expectation that is there, that does not mean that you're entitled. Now, last year, a Direct did not happen in January. There was one in February. At the time I'm recording this, we're 3 days shy of the end of the month. So it's not going to happen. Will it happen in March? Definitely. I think something will happen in March. We will hear a Direct of sorts. And it's not even about the Direct. It's another thing that this guy just doesn't understand. It doesn't have to be in the form of a Direct. It could be in the form of a simple tweet, right? Or a simple YouTube video that Nintendo releases. These are the rest of the games coming out. And, they do like the preview for each game on their channel on YouTube. That would be it. Nobody is expecting, but nobody is saying it has to be in the form of a Direct. And I think that's where it gets lost, right? It could be anything. It could be just a tweet that says, hey, these are the new games coming. So I think it's bullshit for somebody to sit there and talk about, oh, Nintendo fans are fucking entitled. Well, who the hell are you? Broad generalizations are the epitome of ignorance. When you use one brush to paint everybody in a specific demographic, in this specific situation, Switch owners, as entitled crybabies, then you're stupid, because you're putting yourself as well in that same stroke, because you yourself are a fucking Switch owner, you dumbass. And again, this is not to send hate towards this guy. I am a sub and I enjoy his content. You know, sometimes he has good stuff, sometimes he has weak shit. You know, but I think that this video, it was made to do this. It was made to draw attention to him so he can get viewers. I understand that, but you go a little too far as well. You know, you need to reel that shit back in and have realistic expectations, right? So let's say, I'm gonna put this example. Let's say Lord of the Rings, right? The first movie that came out. Don't kill me if you don't like the movie. That's fine. If you like it, great. I happen to think it's a great movie. But part 1 comes out, right? Then part 2 comes out, and then you're on a part 3. So before the part 3 comes out, though, it's supposed to come out on this specific date and doesn't come out. It gets delayed for whatever reason. So there's no trailer for it and you can't see it. So the expectation is already set that there was supposed to be a third part, only there wasn't a third part. So now people are going to get upset because they're expecting something. So just because you're upset because your expectation of a product was not met does not mean that you're entitled. I think that's complete bullshit, and that opinion and view of that is flawed. All right, so like I said, don't paint everybody with the same brush. Of course there's people that are like that are on, you know, this platform. Yes, there are people like that, but you can't just use broad generalization and assume that because one person or two people or a set of people are like that, that everybody in this community is the same way. I think that's stupid of you to do. Now, as far as the direct goes, I think there's going to be one in March. I think it's going to be big. I think Nintendo knows it has to be big. And I think they waited this long just because they had a couple extra things that had to put in there to make it even bigger. And I think that when it does come out finally, whether it's in the form of a tweet or whether it's in the form of a video or a classic direct, doesn't matter. However they decide, you know, whatever vessel they choose to send this information on, I think it's going to be huge. And I think it's something that a lot of people are going to like. And I think there's going to be a lot more third-party support that people expect. And they just needed that extra time to kind of tie that all together. That's my opinion on the direct. That's my opinion on this person stating that Nintendo Switch owners are entitled. I think that's not the case. And anyways, that's kind of my counterattack to that message, and I wanted to quickly respond to that because I think it's unfair to paint a whole generation or a whole subset of people and say you're this. Well, fuck you. Who are you to say that, right? So anyways, just let me know down below in the comments what you guys think. Do you think that Nintendo Switch owners are by definition entitled? Do you think they're just passionate? Do you think there's an expectation that needs to be met? Or do you think it's reasonable to call Nintendo on their bullshit when nothing is being said? Now that you know how I feel, I definitely want to know how you feel in the comment section below. Again, don't forget to check out my other videos. I did make a video recently on the cloud saves for Animal Crossing and how disappointing that is, and how The Witcher 3 was able to get cloud saves but not a Nintendo game, right? And the game by Nintendo, first party game. So don't forget as well to like my videos and follow me on Twitter. That's @LazyLightsaber. You guys take care, and I'm out.